We all know our credit score is extremely important. It can mean the difference in securing a loan for a home or car and could even determine whether or not we get a job.
Law enforcement job, anything in financial services, a lot of careers, they will ask if they can pull your credit report. Certainly, if you're looking for an apartment, they're going to ask, obviously, you're going to be paying rent. They want to know if you're credit worthy.
But how often do you check your score?
Actually, I need to check it. I probably haven't checked it in almost a year.
I don't even do it once a year.
I haven't checked my credit score in a while.
And that could be a huge problem.
70% of all credit reports have some erroneous item on them. 70% have something on them that's not theirs or that is incorrect.
A credit score is determined by the credit bureaus and by a formula from the FICO company. Now, a good FICO score is anything better than 720. Now, below 700, and be prepared to pay more for those credit cards and loans. But how much can mistakes reduce your number? Experts say that depends. According to Rob Mitchell of Coastal Financial, a missed payment on a credit card or loan, which could be a simple oversight, could hurt.
Payment history is worth 35%. So if you miss a payment, it can be from 25 to 75 points, depending on how late. You know, if you're 30 days versus 90 days, 90 days is going to be a greater hit.
When you apply for a credit card, car loan, or mortgage, the lender will check your scores with all three credit bureaus in what's called a hard pull.
Now, with a hard pull, you can get dinged between 5 and 20 points when you get pulled.
That penalty also applies every time you transfer balances to a card with a lower interest rate. And maxing out your credit card, if you've got only one, could be as much as a 200-point drop in score. Experts say don't go closing cards you haven't used in order to raise your score. It actually lowers the credit you have available to you, which can in turn lower your score. But how much you're deducted depends on a number of factors. Your length of credit history, your payment history, how many active accounts you have, and how much of your available credit you use. That's why, according to FICO, two people with two different credit scores will deduct a different amount of points for the same credit misstep. See the change in the two consumer scores when they both settle a credit card debt, have their homes foreclosed, or file a bankruptcy? If your score has gone down and you're looking for help, be wary of anyone saying they can fix your credit score or drastically improve it quickly.
They promise you that they will reduce your debt to pennies on the dollar. First of all, nobody can promise that. There's no guarantee that any creditor is going to cut your debt and let you pay a certain amount as opposed to what you already pay. Some of these companies advise consumers to stop making payments on their credit card debt or other debt. That's the worst thing that a consumer can do, because that information goes directly to your credit report and can further ruin your credit standing.
Barbara Anthony of the State Office of Consumer Affairs says there are places you can turn to. They should be nonprofit and not full of empty promises. But even if you have a poor credit score or one that needs improving, all is not lost, provided you follow a disciplined plan.
People do need to be patient, and they need to be faithful to a payment schedule, and your good credit will come back. But there's no overnight cure for this. There's no silver bullet. It takes time and diligence.